Hi guys, it's Chris Wong here. I just want to briefly talk about um, finding the right dose for taking lugol's iodine. I vary the dosages between 1 drop and 10 drops of a 2% lugol solution, and symptoms varied depending on the day. So sometimes I did have good days, and some days I had bad days. But trying to find the right dosage is different for each person. It depends on toxicity in your body. It depends on what works well or what doesn't work well in your body. Just by watching YouTube videos on how the thyroid works, I'm actually questioning myself, all the iodine I've taken, if I took a very high dose and it made me feel like I had hypothyroidism, did it actually increase the active or the inactive T4 and then convert it to more of the reverse T3? Because having higher reverse T3, sometimes it can mimic hypothyroidism. So the only reason why I thought about this is because I actually did hot yoga a couple days ago, and I actually worked up to 10 drops of lugol's iodine with at least 2 grams of tyrosine, just to increase the thyroid hormones. And because I thought it was a benefit to take tyrosine with iodine in order to maximize thyroid production and the adrenal health as well. And it actually made me tired for before and after class. So I actually ended up taking a nap before class, and then when I was actually in class, I actually was sweating less than the other students. Even the instructor, who didn't do much exercise himself, he just ended up instructing the whole class, he was actually even sweating more than me. Instead of taking at least 5 minutes to stop sweating, I would actually stop sweating in like 2 minutes. Now generally, if it takes too long to stop sweating, it could be a sign of overtraining, or it could be a sign of being out of shape. The other thing I noticed was I went outside just to get some vitamin D. I wasn't wearing a shirt, and even though it was like 8 or 10 degrees Celsius outside with some winds, I actually was feeling very cold. And in the previous years when I'd done it, I didn't feel cold. I actually was able to do it for more than 10 minutes straight. And even if I did feel cold, I actually tolerated it. But the last time I did it, a couple days ago after yoga, it was hard to tolerate. So trying to find the right dosage for me, I think working with 1 to 5 drops of lugol's iodine, 2% solution, may be best for me, but only twice a week. So it gives me time to actually detox a bit and not experience some hypothyroid symptoms from taking high dose of lugol's iodine. Now most people don't experience this, but for some reason I was experiencing it. So it's something I was questioning myself based on if I'm taking the right supplements in the right ratios. A lot of people would tell me to take selenium to help protect the thyroid. I did try a couple times, and I did try 100 micrograms the last time I did hot yoga, but I actually felt worse, and it increased hair loss. So one thing I was questioning myself was, do I actually need selenium, or is the form of selenium I'm taking work well for me? I'm not against high doses of lugol's iodine, and I think if it works well for you and you work with a practitioner that helps you, then I would say go for it. But the best thing you can do is do what works well for you. Just because something works well for one person doesn't mean it's going to work well for you. So even though I decide to try or work up towards high dosages of lugol's iodine, it doesn't seem to work well for me. And I know there's some people that said anywhere between say 1 and 15 drops of lugol's iodine, 2%. It didn't work well for them, but when they exceeded 20 drops of lugol's iodine, then they started to feel the benefits. I've listened to a podcast and they said a few people actually do that and it works well for them, but I'm not willing to take that risk myself, so I'm going to stop at 5 drops for me, because I don't want to experience hypothyroid symptoms